The Villanelle, the female villain, and her enemy lover, Eve, were personified brilliantly in the TV series Killing Eve. But a villanelle is also a verse form. I looked for a villanelle about Villanelle, but I couldn't find one. So I wrote this. I'll tell you how, but first, the poem. I shut my eyes to think of Bill and grieve. Her knife, her smile, her manic face again, and Villanelle is once more killing Eve. Beautiful monster, waltz with me, believe I love you as my nice, neat knife slips in. I shut my eyes to think of Bill and grieve. Now wide awake I touch designer weave. I don't want to be free, I'm not insane, and Villanelle is once more killing Eve. People think that when you die, you leave your soul. I swear it just goes further in. I shut my eyes to think of Bill and grieve. In some essential sense, corrupt, naive, Oksana's sorry babies, inhumane, and Villanelle is once more killing Eve. And sometimes when you love, you must deceive. So see my imitation death's head grin. I shut my eyes to think of Bill and grieve. You know I don't know how to do mundane. A hungry caterpillar wears my skin. I shut my eyes to think of Bill and grieve. And Villanelle is once more killing Eve. Villanelle is a character in a novel series by Luke Jennings and was personified for many who had not read the novels, and perhaps many who had, by the brilliant Jodie Comer in the TV series Killing Eve. In both series, Villanelle, real name Oksana, is a psychopathic Russian killer for hire. She kills dramatically, unexpectedly, ruthlessly, and with great pleasure at the behest of a shadowy organisation called the 12 that may be a state actor or maybe a secret money-making cabal. On her heels is Eve Polastri, an agent of British intelligence, played in the TV series by Sandra Oh. Eve becomes the focus of Villanelle's sexual obsession and ultimately her lover, but not before also coming close to death at Villanelle's hands. The trigger for Eve and Villanelle's entanglement is Villanelle's killing of Bill Pargrave, Eve's close colleague, during a stakeout in a Berlin nightclub. My familiarity with the story is confined to the first 2 series of the TV show. I've not read the books, and I only know the 2 later series in fragments from YouTube. I understand they depart increasingly from the books to the distress of many of Villanelle's fans. A villanelle is also a strict poetic form. Probably the best known example today is Dylan Thomas's poem, Do Not Go Gentle Into That Good Night. Sylvia Plath's Mad Girl's Love Song may be more familiar to some. I thought surely someone will have written a villanelle about Villanelle, but though I looked, I could not find one, so I decided it was down to me. Now, a classic villanelle contains 19 lines split between 6 verses. I can use Dylan Thomas's poem as an example because it's just out of copyright. The first 5 verses have 3 lines each. The final verse has 4 lines. The rhyming structure of the first 5 verses is A, B, A. The rhyming structure of the final verse is A, B, A, A. The first and last lines of the first verse alternate as the last line of the subsequent 4 3-line verses, and then conclude the poem as the last 2 lines of the final verse. My villanelle is a variant of this, with 6 3-line verses, followed by the final 4-line verse, and with the rhyme structure A, B, A, C, A, B, C, A, A. Because of repeated repetition of certain lines, a villanelle has a very focused, some would say an obsessive quality, which is quite appropriate for Villanelle, the character. Many of the phrases that I use in my poem are taken from the TV series, from episode titles especially, and from snatches of dialogue. There are, of course, some lines I've invented to fit the rhythm, and there are a few phrases that are direct quotes. The most important of these is when Villanelle says, "People think that when you die, you leave your soul. I swear it just goes further in." I thought this was the most profound statement out of her mouth, and that's why I put it near the centre of the poem. I don't know if this is something she says in the books or only in the TV series. And if it's in the TV series, then it's Phoebe Waller-Bridge who wrote that. So that's why and how I wrote this poem. I've tried to get it published in a couple of places, but I guess I didn't choose the right places. Or maybe it's just not very good. Either way, I thought I might share it here. I hope you like it. If you did, give me a thumbs up. I hope it inspires you to write a villanelle of your own. And for more of my poems and flash fiction, look out for the yellow and cream thumbnails in future. Till next time, cheerio.